My name is Lisa Simon, and I've been in the radio business, actually my family has, since 1961. So I've been involved with the development of this process from the very beginning, and I have sent all of my sales staff through this process over the years, and I really believe in its validity in helping them to become better radio sales reps. And in turn, when they're better at their job, then we have happier clients and we have bigger budgets. Your sales department is the lifeblood of your radio station. And to invest in their training is just as important as investing in your audiovisual equipment, in your building, and your tower. Most sales reps, and I know this just isn't in radio, but most sales reps, they go out and they visit with a client and they talk about everything that is good about them and about the radio station. And they talk and talk and talk, and they never give the client a chance to tell them about their business. And the reality is it's all about the client. So what this program does is it refocuses the sales rep. And then they become listening reps instead of talking reps, because it's all about the client. It's all about where the client is from, why he is in business, how long he has been in business, what his goals are, and more specifically for radio, what he's done in marketing and advertising, what works, what hasn't worked, whether he's tried radio before, did it work, didn't. All of these questions have to be answered. And if a radio sales rep is talking all the time, he can never find out those answers. This program gets down to specific questions that a rep can ask a client. And also then it talks about how to interpret answers that a client gives them. So it begins to refocus his mind and helps him to hear things that he or she may not have ever heard before because they have not been trained to do so. The skills program is just another arm of RadioAdPro. Now, what is currently being offered online now is extremely important because it talks about what radio is all about, how it works, it compares it to other media, it strengthens the belief system of a radio sales rep and also of a client if you choose to take them through this program. And that's all very, very important because it's all about belief. If you don't believe, you can't sell it. If you don't believe, you won't buy it. But then, here's the next layer. Then you have to take that information, you have to translate that into day-to-day nuts and bolts sales. So even if you have the belief in the product, what do you say when you go on a sales call? What questions do you ask? When a client tells you something, do you really understand what the client is telling you? How do you translate all of that wonderful knowledge about radio into a long-term relationship with a client? So it's really important to have this next aspect. So if you do the online and then you implement the skills program within the radio station, then you've got everything that you're going to need in order to train your sales department. A lot of the training that is out there, a lot of it is just motivational hype, and what we offer at RadioAdPro is motivational. But what happens is the sales reps will go to these seminars and they get all fired up and they come back, but then they can't really make it work because it's just all about motivation. And in some ways, it's all about using trickery and little cliches and little catchphrases to get a client to say yes. But what we offer at RadioAdPro is education. This is radio. This is what radio does. This is what newspaper does. This is the best way for us as a radio station to work with a client. So it's pure education. And while it can be motivational and it is exciting because once a sales rep gets it, and they have some successes with clients, and then you get this snowball effect going, and it's awesome. The other thing about it is that once you get your whole sales staff going through the process, this is a commitment. You have to commit to it. But you get your sales staff going through the process, and then you get new salespeople coming in, going through the process. Then you have a synergism out in the field that you wouldn't have otherwise because you've got all your sales reps saying exactly the same thing to every client. And then it just kind of builds and builds and builds from there. It's all about having clients feel comfortable that you know what you're doing as a radio station and that they fully understand why they're advertising with the radio station. So it's an education process for the client as well. Because the client needs to feel comfortable that they have enough knowledge about what they're doing that they feel comfortable writing a check to you every month. And that they're willing to understand that this is not a short-term deal. This is a lifetime deal. This is forever. This is ongoing. I have not seen any kind of extensive training like this on the market. I mean, there are promotional things, there are motivational seminars you can go to, but if you're looking at training a sales rep for long term, if you're looking at getting and keeping sales reps, if you're looking at getting bigger budgets from clients and keeping them on for long term, then you have to be educated, not just about how radio works, but about what to say and how to handle certain objections. And I haven't seen anything like this on the market. If you want to grow your business, if you want to have qualified sales reps on your staff, I would say just invest the money. Just do it and don't look back and just dive into it and it'll all work for you.